when we're doing this rational zero theorem for today here, again, we're listing possible P over Q values. Just a quick recap, where what consists of your P values are the factors of your constant. So that's like our 45 here. Our Q values are factors of our lead coefficient. What's our lead coefficient here? 1. And then for your possible rational zeros, you put all the possibilities of whatever P is over Q. So again, let's start with factors of 45. Now I'm going to put a plus and a minus here because if you combine two negatives, you will get that positive. So that some of them could be negative here as well. So what's the first factor? Plus or minus? 1 and plus or minus 45. Do you guys remember listing things out like this in grade school? Like, and keep going toward the middle? So 1 and 45 are factors. What else?
3 and 15.
Okay, so I'm going to put plus or minus 3, plus or minus 15. What are other factors besides that?
5.
5 and 9. So plus or minus 5, plus or minus 9. Did I miss any? Does 6 work? Does 7?
No.
Does 8? We already got 9, right? So these are our possible P values. Those are factors of 45. So like 1 and 45, 3 and 15, 5 and 9. Okay, so if I look at my Q values, those are possible factors of the lead coefficient. If the lead coefficient is 1, what are the factors of 1? Plus or minus 1. Okay, so for here, part C, for possible rational zeros, we're going to put P over Q. This one is easier because there's only the 1 here for the Q. On other problems, if you have other factors, you're going to have more possibilities. So the way you do this, we're going to put P over Q. So what's 1 over 1?
1.
So it's plus or minus 1. What's 3 over 1? 3, right? 5 over 1?
5.
5. 9 over 1? 9. 15 over 1? 15. And 45 over 1?
45.
Okay, so these are not all factors of this polynomial, of this cubic polynomial, but they are possible. So where we're going with this tomorrow is to then test. This is where guessing and checking comes into play. If you guess right quickly, then you will not have as long of a problem. If you keep guessing wrong and guessing wrong and guessing wrong and guessing wrong, it can become a long, drawn-out problem that gets frustrating for some of you. So again, these are not the possible zeros. If I have a cubic, how many zeros do I have? 3. So I got more than 3 numbers listed here, right? So again, not all of these will work, but they are what we call possible ones that could work. So the focus for today is just, can you list out the possibilities? Not the ones that really do work. We'll get into that tomorrow. But today we're just listing possibilities. So on the front page, we're going to stop at that point, but then we're going to try the next one and we're going to list out the factors. Okay, so flip it over to the back. We're not going to do the whole problem. We're just going to list the possible factors. So I'm going to just put possible rational zeros. We're just doing possibilities today. So we're going to start with our P values. Remember, our P are the factors of our constant. So our constant is 8. Can you guys come up with factors of 8 for me?
1, 2, 4, 8.
So plus or minus 1, what'd you say? 2, 4, and 8. Okay. Our Q values are the factors of our lead coefficient. The last one was a 1. What's the lead coefficient in this problem?
6.
A 6. So I need to list out factors of 6. What are those?
1, 6, 2, 3.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, bless you, and 6. If you don't know your factors, then you're going to need your calculator, I guess I could say. Okay, so to find our possible rational zeros, we put our P value over Q. Okay, now you see how this one's going to have more options? So let's start with the first one. What's 1 over 1?
1.
1. Okay, what's 2 over 1? 2. What's 4 over 1?
4.
What's 8 over 1?
8.
8. Okay, now we also have to put everything over 2, and everything over 3, and everything over 6. Let's go with 2 next. When I put 1 over 2, what does that give me?
A half.
A half. When I put 2 over 2, what does that give me?
1.
Do I have that one listed already?
Yeah.
2 over 2 is 1. That's already listed. I'm not going to rewrite it. Next one, what's 4 over 2?
2.
Do I have that one listed already?
Nope.
Yep. Next up, what's 8 over 2?
4.
4. Don't have to list that one again because it's already in my list. Okay, next I'm going to put everything over 3. So the first one, what's 1 over 3?
1/3.
1/3, so plus or minus 1/3. Okay, next I'm going to put 2 over 3. What's 2 over 3?
2/3.
2/3. Okay, next, what's 4 over 3 is?
4/3.
4/3. And then we have 8 over 3, which is
8/3.
8/3. None of those were listed already, were they here?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, next I have to put everything over 6. So if I put 1 over 6, that's going to be 1/6. What about 2 over 6?
1/3.
Is that one listed already?
Yeah.
Yep, so I'm not going to list that one again. Then I'm going to put 4 over 6. What's 4 over 6 reduced to?
2/3.
That one's listed here already, so not going to do it again. And then last, 8 over 6. 4 over 3. Is that one listed already?
Yeah.
Yep. So these are my possible ones. Now again, I have a cubic. How many of them really work? 3, but I have a lot of options to test. This is what I was coming back to before. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 different numbers I could test. This is where if you're guessing wrong, you could keep going quite a few times before you find one that actually works. And we'll talk about how we do that tomorrow. Today, we're just listing possible rational zeros. We'll finish this problem tomorrow. This is just the possible ones. Okay, let's go to my third example. Same thing. Let's just do the possible rational zeros. So, is everybody kind of getting the hang of this? We're just listing possibilities. So for this function, we have 2x cubed plus 10x squared minus 10x minus 50. So for part A, listing our factors of our constant. What's our constant in the problem? 50 here, right? So what are my factors of 50? 1 and 50. Okay, what else we got?
2/25.
Plus or minus 2, and you said 2 and 25. Okay, anything else?
5 and 10.
5 and 10. Am I missing anything? Does 6 go into 50? 7? 8? 9? We're already at 10. So these are our factors of 50. So again, your p-values are your possible factors of your constant. My q-values are factors of my lead coefficient. So if my lead coefficient is 2, what are the factors of 2?
1 and 2.
1 and 2. Okay, so once we have the factors of both, we're going to list the possible rational zeros. So we're going to put every option of p over q. So everybody agree that if I put everything over 1, it's just these numbers again?
Yeah.
So I've got plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 5, plus or minus 10, plus or minus 25, and plus or minus 50. Okay, now I got to put everything over. My other q value is 2, right? So what's 1 over 2? 1/2. Okay, what happens when I put 2 over 2?
1.
Do I have 1 already listed?
Yeah.
Not going to list it again. Okay, next I'm going to put
5.
5 over 2. Do I have that one down already?
No.
Nope. Okay, 10 over 2.
Yeah.
What's 10 over 2?
5.
I got that one listed already. 25 over 2. Is that one down here?
No.
Nope. Plus or minus 25 over 2. And then 50 over 2. Is that one listed?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so these are my possible zeros, rational zeros. Again, I'm only going to have 3, so these do not all work. But again, the focus for tomorrow will be, let's test them and find out which ones work. But these are possibilities. Okay, so let's take a look at our worksheet. Do I need to pause for a moment? I know I go too fast sometimes. But again, this is just the focus for today. Can you list out the possibilities? Okay, so Cannon, pick a problem for me on the worksheet. Number 9. Okay, so can everybody focus on number 9 for me, please? Here we go. So again, the directions just say to state the possible rational zeros. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to list out our p-values, list out our q-values, and then list our possibilities of p over q's. So remember, our p-values consist of the factors of the constant. The constant in number 9 is 16. So what are my factors of 16?
1, 16.
Okay, 1 and 16. Anything else?
2 and 8.
Okay, 2 and 8. Anything else?
4.
Okay. Am I missing anything?
No.
Does 6 work?
No.
7?
No.
And we got 8 already listed, right? Okay. Now, for my q values, I'm listing factors of my lead coefficient, which in this case is 2.
1 and 2.
So we've got 1 and 2. Okay, am I going too fast? So for my final answer, I'm going to list possibilities of p over q. Okay, so I'm going to put them all over 1 first. Everybody agree it's just going to be these 4 numbers if I put them over 1? 1 over 1 is 1, right? 2 over 1 is 2. Okay, so I'm going to list those out first. Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 5, plus or minus 8, and plus or minus 16. Next, I got to put them all, instead of over 1, I got to put them over 2, because 2 is my other q value. So what's 1 over 2?
1
1
half.
half. What's 2 over 2?
1.
I got that one listed.
Yep.
What's 4 over 2?
2.
Got that one listed. 8 over 2?
4.
Got that one listed, right? 16 over 2?
8.
Got that one listed. So these are my possible answers. So this is what we're focusing on today. Can you list the possible rational zeros? That's it. Okay, let's do one more. Sam, pick a problem. I don't necessarily think they're difficult, but which one? 10. Okay. You don't agree with 10? What do you want? Let's do 12. Okay, so same thing. Okay, so if I'm listing p-values, what am I looking for factors of?
1.
What's my constant?
1.
1. So what are my factors of 1?
1.
Just plus or minus 1. Okay. Q-values are factors of my lead coefficient.
Quick question. So, since number 2, 13 is a prime number.
It's 1 and 13.
Yeah, do you need plus or minus or no?
Well, yeah. Okay, so for Q, we're looking at factors of our lead coefficient, which is what? 8. So what are my factors of 8? 1 and 8. Anything else? 2 and 4. Am I missing anything? Okay, so again, to list my possible rational zeros, I'm going to put P over Q. So we're going to put what's 1 over 1? 1. Okay, next up, what's 1 over 2? 1 half. 1 over 4? 1/4. And last, 1 over 8, which is 1/8. Again, that's all we're doing, because tomorrow we're going to take it another step.
Okay, if I just put plus or minus at the start.
That's fine, but you realize that when we're testing them tomorrow, that both of them are always possibilities.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just an X at the beginning? Then that's, remember, like this one was, oh, where's the one in the notes we did that had a 1 in front, right? Like this one here we did in the notes, we led with a 1, so it's just plus or minus 1 for our Q. Okay. Okay, so one more time. Everybody feel like they can comfortably do this worksheet?
Yes.
Okay.